All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And peace and blessings to the brothers that's out there preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And just want to say Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people will ignorantly call God. And Yahweh Shai is the true Hebrew name of who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. So with that being said, I want to go into this article a little bit. I might touch on a few things, or I might even read the whole thing. I think it's a pretty lengthy article, so I may or may not, go through the whole thing, but we'll see where it takes us. But this is the times that we're in, man. And the scriptures say that, it talks about an adulterous generation, and that's the times that we are in right now. We are in very adulterous times, which before I even read this article, people got to understand that adultery is different for a man and for a woman. For a woman, adultery is being with any man outside of the man that she's married to, which marriage in the scriptures is different than how marriage is over here in the Western civilization, because being married for a woman, you're basically taking her virginity, and once you do that, she's basically then your possession forever, for life. You know what I mean? So adultery for a woman and for a man is different. This is why you see men with multiple wives in the scriptures, because a man commits adultery if he basically deals with a woman that already has a man already. If a man sleeps with a woman and she already has a man, then that man has committed adultery. But if that woman is single, and she's not spoken for, she doesn't have a man, then he can deal with that woman. That's not adultery. But if she has a man already, then that man has committed adultery, But a woman, she's only supposed to be with one man her entire life, because that's what a woman is. The scriptures talk about a woman being a possession. A woman is basically just is property to a man once she's married, But in this Western civilization, they have basically changed the minds of the people, to thinking that women have power, women have the right to, divorce a man, and things like that, which she don't, But this is why adultery is at an all-time high. This is why adultery is out of hand and out of control, is because the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible are not being enforced over here, in the States, as well as, other places around the world, nowhere really, not even over there in Israel, with those fake Jewish people, because those are not the true Israelites of the Bible. Those are not the true children of God, but that's another lesson for another day. But, let's touch on this title a little bit. But it says, adulterers on Ashley Madison reveal what they are faithful to. 87% would cheat on their partner before taxes. And it says, study shows adulterers can be loyal in other aspects of life. And I will play this video. It's only 3 minutes long, but I don't really want to play it because it's basically going into what this article is about anyway. And, we're already about to read that, so let's just go into the article. But it says, admitted adulterers are more loyal to their cell phone providers and real estate agent than their spouses, according to controversial online dating service Ashley Madison, which caters to married people and uses the slogan, "Life is short, have an affair." See, this society that we're in, man, is ran off pure evil. This is a dating service, and it says it caters to married people. So how are you catering to married people, but you use in your slogan for your dating service, you encourage people to cheat. How does that make sense? That's which caters to married people and uses the slogan "Life is short, have an affair." And it's this type of energy. It's this type of energy, and vibration that's out in the world that's being pushed. And this is why adultery is at an all-time high. But it says Ashley Madison conducted a survey to determine how faithful members are outside of the bedroom. And it says, and the results showed that adulterers can be loyal in other aspects of life. The site's members were given a list of more than 20 categories and asked whether they were more likely to cheat on the items listed or their partner. And it says the shocking study found that 87% of members would rather cheat on their partner than cheat on their taxes. And 90% of all adulterers surveyed said they would rather cheat on their partner than on a job application or a test, which is crazy. You would rather, as a woman, you would rather commit adultery on your husband rather than, put some bullshit on a job application. Come on, man. This is how low that these women are willing to go, man. This is how low these women are willing to go. And they try to push that, equality thing, on both men and women. When, once you read the scriptures, you read the Bible, that adultery is different for a man and for a woman. So see this picture of this man, if that woman that he's holding hands with, if she's single and she doesn't have a man, then that shouldn't be a problem. But they try to push that men are doing it so women can do it too. That whole vibration, when women are not equal to men, never have been, never will be. You see? And this is the truth that people hate to accept, especially women, And it says they appear to be loyal customers too. A staggering 89% of members would rather cheat on their partner than on their real estate agent or banking institution, while 83% would rather cheat on their partner than their cell phone provider. Like as if having a cell phone provider is something that's important, And it says of the survey, 82% would cheat on their partner before their favorite takeout restaurant. 85% are more loyal to their preferred gym than their partners. And 90% would find a new sexual partner before finding a new personal trainer. You see, and this is how low the bar has been set, especially over here in the West. This is how low the bar has been set. People would rather cheat on their partner than get a different phone provider, get a different phone service. You see? And then it goes on to say, and 90% would rather find a new sexual partner before finding a new personal trainer. And a lot of these times, this is really talking about women, because women are the only ones that really go out and get personal trainers. You don't really see men going to pay to work out with another man, paying money to work out with another man to get in shape. It's usually you women that pay money to get a man, to train you and try to get your body right and things like that. That's not really something a man would do. Men really go out and do it on their own. So this is really talking about you women. So it says 90% would find a new sexual partner before finding a new personal trainer. So these women, 90% of them would rather go and get a new sexual partner before getting a new personal trainer. And this is basically going into that personal trainer. That's probably because that's the person they having sex with. That's the person that they're committing adultery with, is that personal trainer. So they would rather leave the person that they're with before leaving that personal trainer, because that personal trainer is the one that they're having sex with in the first place. You see, this is why 90% of them would rather find someone different, because they ain't gonna leave that personal trainer because that's the one they actually having sex with in the first place. You know, because you know how these personal trainers is, especially for these women. You know, they gas you up, talk about how you're improving, your looks are improving, you're doing good. You know, your shape is coming back. They touching all on you. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, she got a husband at home paying all the bills. You see? This is why when women leave their husbands, you know, they leave that comfort of having all their bills paid, you know, and they leave for that, you know, those men getting in their head, you know, that they're having sex with, you know, and they run off with the person that they're having sex with. And then he end up cheating on her or doing something with another woman. Now she wants to come back and cry to the guy that was paying all her bills, because now life is looking a little different, you know. And you got a lot of simps out here, and they take the woman back every time, even though she's been committing adultery on them. So you got a lot of simps out here that's, you know, they getting what they deserve. But it says when it comes to hairstylists and barbers, 82% of Ashley Madison members said they cheat on their partner before letting someone new cut their hair. And that's just hair. That's something that grows back. But they would rather, you know, commit adultery than get someone else to cut their hair. You see how low the bar has been set? You see how meaningless society has made the union of marriage, as if it's equal to, you know, a haircut or a phone service, you know? And it said the members also said that their 85% are more likely to cheat on their partner than change their regular coffee order. So just getting coffee, you know, something as sacred as marriage has been reduced to being equal as a order of coffee. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's just go into this real quick. You know, let me go into that one later. Let me read this one first. You know, this is Matthew 16 and 1. I guess we just started 1. And it says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, if I'm saying that right, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it. You see? So this is saying that this is basically talking about, you know, let's put it into perspective. You know, we have all of these events going on in the world, right? We have all of these things going on in the world, you know, which basically point to the end, you know, in Yahushua, you know, the true Hebrew name of the Lord and Savior, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He's on his way to return back, because we can see the signs. We can see all of these things happening around the world, right? That's pointing to something greater, you know, great troubles ahead. You know, let's take like World War III, for example. All these things that's going on over there in the so-called Middle East are about to lead to an all-out war, you know, all-out conflict. You know, and not only that, all these other things that are going on in the world, you know, we're on the brink of civil war, you know, all of these things are, you know, happening around us. And these are signs that the end is about to get ready to take place. The end is coming, right? But it says, oh, ye hypocrites, you know, these people, they're looking for a sign, right? But it says, oh, ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky. You know, you can tell when it's going to rain, you know, tomorrow. You can tell it's going to be sunny, you know, in 3 days, you know, like these weather channels. You can see all of these things happen. You can see all of these things, you know, you can predict all of these things happening, You know, it raining and snowing and things like that. You can predict the weather basically. So it says, "Oh, you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky. You can predict the weather, but can you not discern the signs of the times?" You know, but you can predict the weather. You can, you know what I'm saying, you can tell when it's gonna rain, you can tell, you know, it's gonna snow, you can tell, you know what I'm saying, you can do all this, but you can't you can do all this, but you can't discern times. You can't understand what times we are in right now when you see all these things happening around us. You know, the Lord is giving a bunch of different signs, you know, but it says a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, you know, and this is because people are not paying attention. There's many signs around, but these people are wicked, you know, and they're adulterous. These are evil people, so they can't see the sign. They can't see what times they're in, you know. These are some evil and wicked times that we're in. And because of that, these people, they can't see what's going on around them because, you know, they can't see all of these. They can't see the signs that we're close to the end because they're so submerged. They're so submersed in this adulterous and wicked generation. You know, all these killings, you know, all these people dying, all, you know, people committing adultery at an all-time high, wars and things like that. It's becoming so normal to these people. You know, all this evil is becoming so normal that you can't see that this is a sign that the end is coming, you know? And adultery being at this level, at this rate that it's at, this is another sign that the end is on the way, you know? This is a sign that the end is coming because it's never been this wicked on the earth, you know, as it is right now, you know. So these are some very wicked and adulterous times that we're in. You know, if this a union like marriage, something as sacred as marriage, gets reduced to you know, the same level as a fucking coffee order, then you can very well, you know, see that we are at the very end of a civilization, a society, you know, basically, you know, the world at the way it is now, you know, because the Lord, he's coming to establish, you know, a new world, a righteous world, you know, that's basically governed by the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, you know, but people, they don't influence that to this day. And this is why things are all out of whack. This is why you have adultery at an all-time high. This is why you have, you know, all this wickedness and evil going on in the world is because they don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, the scriptures say that someone, you know, I'm going to give an example, a tranny, somebody like that, you know, or somebody that's a lesbian or you know, just a homosexual in general, they are supposed to be put to death on the spot. You know, they are supposed to be made an example out of so that mindset and that vibration doesn't spread to other people, you know. And because they push that vibration over here, mainly in the West, this is why you have a lot of people like this. You have men getting their, you know, private parts getting cut off, you know, to try to look more like a woman. This is why you have this degeneracy and this wickedness at an all-time high, is because they're not, you know, they don't establish the law, statute, commandments of the Bible. They don't establish the ways of the Bible, you know, in this world, you know. But this is because everything is flipped upside down. So when Yahweh Shah returns, everything is going to be flipped upside right, you know, or right side up. You see? So, like I said, I'm not going to read through this whole article. Try to find something that, find somewhere we can, you know, start back at. You know, but this article, it just basically goes into how people, you know, they don't, you know, they don't consider marriage as, you know, a sacred thing anymore. They consider it just something that you do, you know, basically just to pass the time. Something, it's like, it's been reduced to an experience. You know, it's been reduced to something you just mark off the checklist, you know, mark off the bucket list. Yeah, I've been married before, I did that already. You see? But it says, Keeble said, to death do us part is a promise many Americans make without understanding the consequences. And such promises are not made when it comes to things like real estate agents, coffee orders, and political parties. And it says, if your partner shuts down all activities in the bedroom or is simply unable to provide for your needs, is death now the only release from what can be a living hell for many? And it says, this reason alone can help explain how someone can be truly faithful in many aspects of their life but still choose to have an affair. Because we are not asked to be faithful unto death when it comes to any other part of our life, he said. You know. And maybe it wasn't that long. This article wasn't that long. It's just a lot of extra space at the bottom, so it's not really that long. But, the point is being made. I don't really have to go into too much on this article. It's just basically marriage as a whole, especially over here in the West, has been reduced to something that's, minute, or something that doesn't hold any particular value, especially to women, man. Women see marriage as basically just, stability. They don't see it as anything other than stability. When they're married, especially to a man that's paying all their bills and things like that, they see it as stability. But a lot of times they're not even really attracted to that man. He's just, keeping them stable, and taking a lot of stress off of them. When really, a lot of women, they just have men on the side that they deal with sexually, but they have another man that's keeping them stable, So this is why a lot of women, they would rather, cheat. They would rather commit adultery than just leave that man and be with the other man. It's because they want the sexual satisfaction from one, but then they want the stability and the comfort from another. This is why most of the time when a woman leaves a man for the one that she's having sexual feelings for, it barely works out. It barely works out, because then that man, he's going to treat her for what she really is, which is, just a sexual object, man. Basically, treat her like a prostitute. That man is not going to start paying her bills and it's not going to happen that way. So this is why a lot of women cheat, man, because they want the best of both worlds. They want a man to pay all their bills, They want to live comfortably, and then they want another man to fulfill all their sexual desires. You see? So let me bring this out. I'm going to close this one out. We can go. Oh, that's the one I needed. All right, so let me get that back, because I actually needed that one. So let's get out of this. Let me type that back in. Because I need to make a point on this other one. I think y'all know where I'm going with this, so let's bring this up. I like to go to Bible Hub. But this is Amos 7:17. And it says, therefore, saith the Lord Yahweh, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of this land. We know our people, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans have, been in many different captivities, which we are in captivity now. We have a social security number. You know what I'm saying? We have to have passports to travel and things like that. So we're still in captivity. We're at the bottom of society. You know, we're serving our enemies like the scripture said. You know, we're still in captivity. But it says what? It says our wives, they will be harlots in the city. You know, this is basically like another curse that was put on our people for not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. Our wives, they would be whores. You know, they would be adulterers. You know, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. You know, our kids, you know, this is why you have young kids dying at a young age, getting shot, you know, dying off of taking so many pills, committing suicide, you know. And it says, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, because, you know, over here in America, which is known as Great Babylon in the scriptures, this land is polluted, man. Just look at all the things that's going on around us. You know, the food, you know, all the food is defiled. You know, we're eating GMOs, you know, all these pesticides in the food, which is giving a lot of people cancer, you know. Then we got to live life and work next to people that's getting their genitals cut off. You know, even the minds of the people is polluted. You see? But it says our wives shall be harlots in the city. Even our women are polluted, man. You know? And this is why it's good to have grace, because the women that we're dealing with women that's lost their virginity to other men. You know, whoever they lost their virginity to, that's who they're basically, that's really who they're married to. That's really their husband. Whatever man that these women lost their virginity to, that's technically their real husband. You know, so we're committing adultery just by dealing with any woman that's not, you know, with the man she laid down with in the first place. You know, because a lot of us men, we're dealing with women that, you know, that being with other men. So technically we're committing adultery because we're messing with a woman that's already, you know, had her virginity took by another man. You know, only way that's justified is if that man that she laid down with first has died or got killed. You know what I'm saying? If he's no longer here, that's the only way that's justified, you know, of you dealing with another woman outside, you know, you dealing with that woman outside of the man that she lost her virginity to, you know. But if that man is still living, that's really her technical husband, man, you know. So all the women are polluted, you know, because they've been passed around and being with different men. And, you know, a lot of these women have kids by other men, you know, so it's all a shit show at the end of the day. And this is why we need the Lord to come back and deliver us, you know, from this situation, from this hell that our people are in. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, because our women are totally out of order. You know, our women are totally out of order. You know, our women have, you know, become the biggest harlots, you know, in the world. You know, want to play men for money and take money from men, and, you know, want them to spend, you know, $500 on the first date and take them to certain places. When how do you feel you deserve that treatment when you've been, you know, you've been with 40 plus men, but you want to get treated like you're a virgin? Come on, man. You know, let's be real. You know, but like I said, man, I wasn't gonna go too long on this video, on this lesson, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it out because I think I made my point. But, you know, this is what marriage has been reduced to, man. You know, it's been reduced to the same status, same level as a coffee order. You know, think about that. So with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.